Hello, dear Cancer. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking, and a Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. We are having an eclipse in your sign on the 10th of January. Now, this reading goes from the 1st till the 15th, even though it's a bit late. Thank you again for your patience. Hopefully we can see what's going on with you. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Watch your moon or your rising sign. Of course, as I always say, if you're masculine, then look at your Mars, where your Mars, which sign that's in. If you are a feminine, you can also watch your Venus. For those of you that are familiar with your North and South Node, I would look at where my North Node is. So where is your fate, let's say, for this incarnation, this lifetime? Where is that headed? So let's see with your divine spread, dear Cancer. It is a very important time on a collective scale for the whole world. But you are being affected, obviously, with a full moon lunar eclipse in your sign. And that's going to take place around the 20th degree mark. So for those of you that are around the 20 degree, your birthday, or even your rising, if that's around just before or just after the 20 degree mark. And this of course, is for those of you that are familiar with your charts. You know, if you are not familiar with your charts, please go to astro.com and you can, with your birth details, you can formulate your chart there and see where the planets are. If you need any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. Write to me, divinedebut11@gmail.com for assistance. Okay. Cancer, please, Spirit. What's their karma dharma position for Cancer with this eclipse happening on the 10th of January? Also, dear Cancer, I'd like to tell you that Uranus in Taurus is also going to be moving. It's going to be starting to move forward, but it will be covering ground it's already moved over. So the positive is that it's moving direct. All planets are direct. So it's, I feel as though we're stepping into a brand new chapter. Let's take your cards. Cancer, please, Spirit. Cancer and their karma dharma. And we have the Sun, which is Leo. That is beautiful. So what I understand with the Sun card is that whatever changes are happening for you, and obviously endings with a full moon, after endings come new beginnings. The Sun is obviously at this time in your partnership house. It's right across from you in the sign of Capricorn. That's where we've already had a new moon eclipse. On or around Christmas, just after, we had a new moon eclipse. So the Sun with a full moon, we've got the Sun opposite to the moon. So the moon in your sign is very comfortable there, obviously. It's its rulership. So Cancer is ruled by the moon. And for a full moon, we've got the Sun right across in your house of partnership. Now, Capricorn it's Capricorn season, I'm going to say, because there are so many planets there. We've got Pluto, we've got Saturn, we've got Jupiter, the south node of the moon, and Mercury has also moved into Capricorn. Now, the north node of the moon, which is our fate, our destiny, is in your sign. It's about 8 degrees, so it is not very far off from the eclipse. Okay, so 8 degrees is the north node, 8 and something, and then at 20 degrees is the eclipse. It is a little bit at a distance, nevertheless it's in your sign. So the Sun speaks of clarity, it speaks of health, rejuvenation, children. Some of you may be dealing with someone who is a Leo, Sun, Moon or Rising. Of course, you may have Leo in your chart, because being a Cancer is right next to Leo, so therefore it could be that any of your personal planets could be in the sign of Leo. So it can go either way. Now, the sun can also speak of heart, true love, children, creativity, taking a risk, having fun. Okay, that's all what Leo is about. And the sun is an illuminary. It brings clarity, as I said before. It brings happiness and joy into our lives. What I'd like to do now is I'm going to take the spread, the divine spread, which is my creation, and I've kept it going from, I do the divine spread every beginning of the month. So for those of you that are new on my channel, please remember that at the beginning of every month I do the divine spread, and that's why I always explain the positions. I do like to see, I look at the spread as a horoscope, similar to a horoscope like the zodiac wheel. So let's see, dear Cancer, what's going on for you. Please, Spirit, Cancer, 1st to the 15th of January 2020. In your foundation, you have the Magician. And the Magician signifies Gemini and Virgo. Now, the Magician is also the planet Mercury, and Mercury is there in Capricorn with all the other big planets, the big energies. Now, the Magician, of course, is an ace, so obviously very positive. He does speak of communication, collaboration, conversation, anything to do with the internet. Of course, Mercury rules the left brain, therefore there's a lot of logic around it. It's our perception because it's air energy. And the Magician, of course, says that whatever's going on up there in the ethers is reflecting down here on this 3D plane. So there could be something to do with, and what is, let's look at the houses of Gemini. Gemini is the house of anything written, spoken, business. Again, it can be also the student, okay, and anything to do with publication of something that you've created, siblings, neighbors. Now, Virgo is the house of daily routine, what we do every day, so that could speak of work, of course, but also Virgo is also the house of health, and we do have the sun here, which is positive. So let's take the next position, which is the position of what is hidden and what you can't see. And we have the Six of Wands. So business is looking really good. This looks like some form of a success. The Wands do speak of vocation, what we have created. There is recognition here. There is balance. It's a 6. There can be a little bit of ego here if we're talking about Leo. The shadow side of Leo can be a little bit of ego, but just like the sun shines and is very clear and open, that's what this card speaks about as well. So this is being recognized, being out in the open, showing yourself, showing your talents, whatever you've created. That's looking grand. Let's take the recent past. And we've got the sun. Wow. When I have double messages, double cards, especially when they're major arcana, this is huge. Like the sun is really important. So something's happening for you in your house of partnership, which is Capricorn. Now, Saturn on top of Pluto, and they're coming together. They're going to be exact on the 12th of January. It is a big deal. Saturn is the restrictions. Capricorn is career. It's the elder. It's having to put in the effort. It's very heavy energy what's going on in Capricorn. It's heavy in the sense that there is a lot. There's a lot of heaviness there. But we've got Jupiter there as well, which brings in blessings. Now, for some of you, Jupiter can also speak of legalities, divorce, but it also speaks of luck, expansion, growth. So there are many people listening to this video, so therefore it can go either way. Now, of course, we could be speaking about ego. Someone is they're riding high on their horse and they're not looking down. I'm not reading reversals. The magician can also be someone who is a manipulator, someone who likes to be in the spotlight. Sometimes people and fame can go to their heads, you know. But I do see all these cards as very positive for most of you. Now, again, the sun, it is in your partnership house, and therefore the sun can speak of, again, as I said, it's the heart. So this could be true love. This could be communication and becoming successful when we've put all our cards up on the table, when we're very open. That's what Leo is, very generous as well. Let's take the now position, and we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. Now, Uranus is transiting Taurus, and it is moving direct on the day of the eclipse. It's not really moving yet. It's stationary direct, which means that it's stopped and its energies are very, very potent. Now we've got Taurus here, which is all about self-worth, values, comforts. Taurus is also the money house and the physical body, of course, with Leo. Leo, as I said, can speak of vitality, energy as well. So it's looking really good. Now the Hierophant, again, he's very spiritual. So not only does it speak of spirituality, it speaks of faith, it speaks of connection to the divine, but it can speak of a commitment, a union, a marriage, an engagement, two people coming together and being blessed. Now, of course, it is a number 5. A Hierophant can be sometimes restrictive in the sense that he needs things done in a religious way, in the right way. So I see it as very positive. And as I said, with Uranus is something new. It's something that is very futuristic, doing things, breaking those molds, those traditions, and doing things in another way, in a very futuristic way. Let's see what else we've got. What's on your mind? What's your goal? So we've got the 4 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords can speak of, yes, taking time out, taking a break. This could also speak of someone needing, to take some time off, trying to gather up their energy, their selves. It is someone who is meditating. This could be someone that is healing physically, mentally. It is a card of mental mishaps. I see this card as, because he's got those 3 of Swords above him, and those 3 of Swords can speak of some sort of a disappointment, something to do with, looking at the 3 of Swords, it shows the heart. So this could speak of some sort of a disappointment or any issues with the heart. And we do have 2 cards that speak of the heart here. Let's see what else we have. This could even be, let's say, someone having gotten married and they're on their honeymoon, for instance. Let's see, because we've got four swords, and 4s always speak of our foundation, our home. This could even be taking time off work, because this area here would be Capricorn. You know, your social standing, your where you put your efforts into, and again, Capricorn asks for hard work. Some of you may have been working very hard. Okay, Taurus is all about comforts, and now this could be a time of, taking a break. Let's see what's in the action and advice. And we've got the Fool, another major arcana, which is the Aries card. Aries speaks of new beginnings. It speaks of the fighting warrior of Aries, which is the Ram. We do have someone here who is a warrior. He's taken time out. Here we've got a brand new beginning, a brand new cycle. Now the Fool can speak of wanting to go on an adventure, beginning something new, ready to step out and start something that's going to take you through a different cycle, because it is a new cycle. The Fool travels lightly. He takes a risk. He is ready to jump off that cliff, and he's traveling very lightly. There is a lot of yellow in your reading here, and that is positivity. Let's look at the outcome here. And we've got the Justice card, which is incredible. Now, this is number 11. It's Libra. Libra is the house of partnership. It's other people. Justice can speak of balance, can speak of trying to find the balance in any situation where others are concerned. It can speak of legalities. It can speak of karma. Now, it is a very karmic time with what's going on, astrologically speaking. This is you walking through a brand new doorway, which will bring you the justice. Okay, so that's, you're manifesting balance. You're manifesting something that's going to bring you an equilibrium and harmony. So let's look at what the divine wants you to know. The divine position, which is for me very important. Many times it can reflect what's going on in the sky. And we have the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is expansion and growth. This is a successful point in anything to do with career. Your efforts are being noticed. Your skills. Now, this could be a new contract where you're collaborating, doing work for others. This could be a partnership, of course, as well. Threes are very positive in the tarot, but I will be taking more cards. Let's look at what's at the bottom of the deck. And we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords could be communication. This is the messenger. I do see the Page of Swords very often as Gemini, and Gemini is the collaboration. It's the third house where you're collaborating within a small group. This could be some truth that's coming to light. This is also the student, which is Gemini, the house of Gemini. And this could be a message that's coming through, something that has been found. We do have the Magician here. And the Magician again speaks of what Virgo is all about, those details. This can be seen as the Spy if it were to be in the reverse. Let's see what's beneath that. We have the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. It's putting in the effort, doing the work. Eight of Pentacles says that you've been head down, pounding away, putting in the effort. This, I would say that whatever message is coming through is going to be very positive, as is your reading, which I love to see. What's beneath the Eight of Pentacles? Let's take a peek. We've got Eight of Wands, so two eights. Eights, of course, eights are a very positive number as well. The eighth house is the house of Scorpio, which is commitment. It's money through other sources, your partner's money. It's connection on a very deep level. That's what Scorpio is. And also it's the house of death and transformation. Now, these could be messages back and forth through the internet. This could be speeding up of the energies. This is fire. This is also what you're dealing with, your vocation, what you desire, what you're creating. Two eights, beautiful. Two eights of 16. 16 is the Tower energy. And we've got the Page of Swords, which is bringing in the news. Let's take some more cards, please. Spirit for Cancer. Let's look at your love life with the Romance Angels. Let's see what's happening in your love life in particular for Cancer, please, Spirit. 1st to the 15th of January 2020. Cancer, please. Cancer and their love life. What's happening for Cancerian people at the beginning of 2020. Codependency, which is Capricorn. This is your 7th house. Now, codependency can speak of a very strong and difficult connection. Codependency can mean many things. It doesn't necessarily have to mean love. It can also speak of, Capricorn is the house of work. So it does say addictions are affecting your romantic life. Now, of course, this is going to be a message for someone out there, not for all Cancerians. Codependency does say to me that there is a necessity for others. You're codependent in some sort of a situation. Doesn't have to be difficult. It means that you're not able to stand as an individual without the help or without something that you are receiving from others. That's what I feel here. So I do feel, and Cancerian people are all about security. They need the security because Cancer is the child. It needs, sometimes it needs some sort of a support from another. For instance, a motherly figure, another person who can be motherly, someone who is independent, that they can lean on. And that's what I feel that this codependency speaks of for a lot of you in this reading here. Let's take a couple more cards and see, because not all of you are codependent. Many people have passed the stage of being necessary for them to feel the support emotionally. Cancerian people, yes, can be a little bit codependent, but there are other things happening in each person's chart that make one Cancerian person different to another. We can't say that all Cancerian people are exactly the same. Let's see what else we've got. And we have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So here we've got the word safe and safety. And again, it rings the security. So the fact that it says it is safe for you to love, I would say that some of you in the past, and this is still lingering in your mind, you've had issues in the past where love is concerned. You've been broken, maybe you've had some sort of a disappointment, but now you're healing and you're ready to take the plunge, ready to move into something new. You're feeling more like the warrior, the fool, ready to start a new cycle. Let's take another card. One more card, and we've got forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, just what I was saying, you experience more love in your present moments. So forgiving and learning, we learn through our lessons as long as we don't carry them with us forever. There is a time to close the door on the past. We've received the lesson. It's time to start a brand new chapter and leave the past where it belongs, in the past. All right, so what I'm going to do now, dear Cancer, is take some more cards, more tarot. Stick around to the end as I'm going to be taking my handwritten cards due to public demand. People have been asking for these cards. I have done a brand new deck. I've written my own specific messages, and I will be taking one card on each of the important cards to see what the messages are. I will be using also the Sibillas, and I will be also taking an angel answer. So you can start thinking about what question you'd like to put to Spirit and see what if Spirit can answer your question. So let's look at the Sun card first of all, which is the Karma Dharma position. What's that all about? And again, as I said, the Sun, you have it twice. So I feel as though here we've got the fact that we've got the card twice. The person you're dealing with, the feelings are the same. They're reciprocated. Both people are feeling a very, very strong connection. And again, Leo is the heart. So don't forget that. I do feel that there's two people that are coming from the same place. Let's take the two cards more than likely. First card will be in the past, and then the next card will be more towards the future. So let's take the card, and we've got the moon, the sun and the moon, and this is the eclipsed moon. This is the full moon happening in your sign. Now, as most of you know, many times timing can be very difficult to pinpoint. For everyone, it's going to be different. Now, I do believe that when we actually watch the video, that's when the message is important for us. We do have sun and moon here, which is the full moon. We've even got the eclipsed full moon here. Now, this is Cancer. Many people say it's Piscean energy. Pisces can also be anything that is hidden, very spiritual, because Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Pisces can also be some sort of an ending of a cycle. Now, we know that the full moon eclipse can be amplified, very strong. So it's a very emotionally charged time, especially with the moon being in the sign of Cancer and being an eclipse. It's huge. So we're all feeling these energies, no doubt. Let's take what's after the sun. So what comes after? And the song comes to mind. Here comes the sun. I think it's the Beatles. Here comes the sun. For those of you that know the song, I'm going to put the link in the description box below, and that's a very good message that's coming through. So the sun will shine. We know that the moon card can be a card of worries. It can be, when I say worries, fears. It can also speak of very strong psychic ability. Now, on the eclipse, the heavens are open, the ethers are open. If you can meditate at that time, I'm sure that you will receive messages. Okay, the veil is very thin with the eclipses, so take that advantage point and just try and meditate, try to connect and see what happens. Let's take what comes after the sun. And we've got a new door that's opening. Now, the Two of Wands can be, of course, a decision. I truly believe that the decision has practically been made with this card. Why? Because he's holding that Ace of Wands. And, of course, he's got the World in his hand, which is, when we look at the two wands together, and twos are all about balance, relationship, any sort of partnership, any sort of a relationship. He's already practically walked through that door because he's holding that Ace of Wands. He's going for what he wishes for, what he desires, and what he feels called to do. Now, the World in his hands and can speak of anything worldly. We do have the Fool, which is someone who is willing to go on that adventure. Sagittarian energies in this card for me. And again, for those of you that are closing the door on the past with that Ace of Wands in the past, he's turned his back on that Ace of Wands and he's looking towards, the distance. And Sagittarius is all about seeing the world. It's all about the teacher. So we have all been through our own lessons. We've learned those lessons. And now with all that heavy energy in Capricorn, it's all about stabilizing. Saturn is the elder. It's the wiser. Of course, it's very karmic as well. But I do believe that once we've gone through those lessons, then we see what's on the other side. We will be receiving what we've worked hard for. That's what I get. Let's take the Magician. Now, for those of you that have created something where business is concerned, you're bringing it out to the world. You will be showing it. Let's look at the Magician, which is in the position of your home, your security, your family, your foundation. Now, business can also be in relation to security, obviously. Let's take a card on this Magician. And we've got the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords can be tough, but it does say that you're ready, like you're acting, you're communicating, and you're holding all those swords. Whatever competition you are in, You've got all the tools to make the magic. You've also got all these swords. Now, you may have been conflicted. For those of you that are in a relationship where there's 3 people involved, because the 5 of Swords usually does show 3 people, here with the 3 of Pentacles, again, it can be 3 people within a partnership, a collaboration, whatever it is. The competition has been tough, but your logic at this time, I would say, will give you the magic. I'm going to take another card. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles would be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We do have Taurus here. But I usually see the Queen of Pentacles, the Mother of Earth, the minor arcana of the Empress. Therefore, she's a motherly figure. She's very grounded. She's very abundant. She's very good with her money. And she's very dependable. So some of you may be dealing with a Virgo or another earth sign. She is sitting right on top of Mercury, which is Gemini Virgo, as I said. So we've got the first queen here, which is Earth. Now, we do have a lot of Leo. So Leo is right next to Virgo. Could be someone that's got Leo and Virgo in their chart. Whatever the case, she's someone who is not going anywhere. Someone that is very steady, very stable. And again, some of you may be dealing with, or may have a mother which is very good with business, very intelligent, very good with money. And of course, the Queen of Pentacles manifests. She's got that Ace of Pentacles in her hands. Let's see what this Six of Wands is. Some of you may, the Queen of Pentacles could be your partner, the apple of your eye, someone that it could already be a mother as well. So she could have been coming from another relationship, another commitment. That's why I'm saying she could be a mother and have her own children. Let's see what this Six of Wands is. And we've got the Ace of Cups, and this is what you don't know, that there is success and balance in something that you love. Now, this could be, of course, as I said, business, or emotionally you're being given a brand new start where love is concerned. Now, this is another ace. This is the hand of the divine. Let's look at the Sun. Oh, we've got 2 cards. Very interesting. We have the Queen of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Wands would no doubt be Leo. The Four of Pentacles does remind me of Taurian energy. It's someone who's very careful with their money, someone who is very stable. They won't let go of a situation. They're very steady. They hold on to things for security. Security comes as very important to them. This could be with the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands could be someone that is a business owner, someone who is also very creative. Queen of Wands is someone who is spontaneous, quick to act. And again, with her sitting on the card of Leo, I did say before that we could be talking about someone who's on the cusp. Your partner, as I said, Virgo, Leo, I see here. For others of you, you may be dealing with 2 different people. Let's see more cards. Four of Pentacles could be someone that you're holding close to your heart. Could it be that this Queen of Wands is holding someone near and dear to their heart? Let's see what this Hierophant is all about in the now position. And we have the Knight of Cups. So there is some sort of an offer for commitment here. There is some sort of an offer. This Knight of Cups is a water sign. I do believe, dear Cancer, that this is your energy. You're coming across as not the King, but the Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups may have obligations, may have gotten cold feet at some point. It looks as though right now you're ready to move forth. You're galloping forth though, but you're also thinking about it. You're taking your time. Let's look at this Four of Swords. And we've got the Knight of Swords. So there is some sort of a disagreement. There is some sort of a communication. Because the Knight of Swords, Knights are all about action. And we've got an air sign here, which could be Aquarius, Gemini more than likely, or Libra. Now, Gemini or Libra would be the most likelihood here. We do have the Three of Swords here. We've got the Four of Swords, and we've got the Knight of Swords. So you may be dealing with another air sign. There is some sort of a confrontation here. As you can see, the Knights, very different energies here. The Knight of Cups is very slow moving. The Knight of Swords comes in quickly with quick communication, maybe even an argument here. This, of course, could also be speaking of the slow pace is going to pick up, but he's heading towards the past. So it's got something to do with the past. Now, because we've got the Page of Swords here, which is the general energy, I'm going to take now a card on that Page of Swords and see what the general energy is all about. What's that message about, dear Spirit? And we've got the Six of Swords, which I love to see. It says that you're leaving the past, as I said before, in the past and moving towards the future, moving to a much more balanced situation, just like the outcome card here. Now, some of you may be, yes, hoping to travel, moving over water. We do have the Two of Wands here as well. I'm going to take another card on this Knight of Swords. I want to see what else can be shown to me in relation to that. And we have Temperance, which is quick movement, of course, with the Knight of Swords. Now, the Temperance is Sagittarian energy, which again could speak of foreign places and people, different cultures, moving over water. But this could also say that quickly the healing comes through. Whatever you are trying to close the door on, that you are still healing through, the healing will come through quickly because Spirit and the angels are working on something for you. And we've got in the background, here comes the sun again. And I say, it will be all right. Everything's going to be all right, I see here. But what it's the Temperance card is Spirit, and Archangel Michael is pouring from one cup to the other. Therefore, there is some sort of alchemy that is being worked through. And I do feel that with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords, it's a stop-start situation. 1 minute there is nothing happening, and the next, the pace is quickening very, very much so. So if we look at the Four of Swords plus the fifth sword that this knight is holding, we've also got the Five of Swords here. Okay, so that's what I feel. 5 and 5 is 10. 10 of Swords, closing the door on that past, the dusk before the dawn. Here we've also got the Page of Swords with the Six of Swords. If we put this, the truth that's coming through, the message that's coming through, if we put it together with these swords here, that's the Six of Swords, and there it is. You are moving away from that past, leaving and closing that door. Let's look at the Fool. In the action and advice position, and there's the Ace of Swords. So yes, successful new beginning, communication, cutting through the crap. What's this Justice card, please, Spirit? Justice and Libra. And we have the Star, which is Aquarius, Uranus. Now, as I said before, Uranus, which rules Aquarius, is in the sign of Taurus. It's all about self-worth. It's quick to bring the future in. The star is also communication, it's social media, it's healing. You do have 2 cards of healing here. 3 with the sun. So what this is telling me, forgiving and learning. Forgiveness has got to be a part of you finding your balance. Forgiving. Therefore, it's saying it is safe for you to love you. Many of you are going to start to see that you're more secure. You're starting to feel more safety because you are leaving things where they need to be left in the past. You're ready to take on the challenge of a new cycle, a new risk. And the star is here saying that you need to go for what you've wished for, and you're walking through a new doorway with the Justice card. Even if you have to go through the court system, your wish will be fulfilled. Many times, and I've had this happen in these readings, this must be the 3rd time that I've had the 3 luminaries, the sun, the moon, and the star, all in the one reading. That tells me that there is a lot. Whatever's going on up there is beaming down here. It's bringing you healing. And therefore, there is nothing to fear. There is nothing to worry about. And the future will be bright. Let's look at this 3 of Pentacles in the divine position. What is this, please, Spirit? We've got the 9 of Swords. So worry about expansion, growth, what others are, what dealings you have with others, if you're in a situation with 3 people and there is someone that is bringing an imbalance to your particular life. This could be a naysayer, someone that is mucking around with you, poking their nose into your business. You have to cut that out. We've got the Ace and the 9 here. Let's take another card. And we've got another 9, 9 of Cups. And 9 of Cups is another card of wish fulfillment. Now, many of you, because of sleepless nights, insomnia, whatever worry this is that you've been carrying around, some of you may have been overindulging where, alcohol is concerned, indulging in maybe over binging, overeating, anything to make you feel better. But the 9 of Cups is usually the wish fulfillment. We've got 2 cards of it here. So I'm going to have to go with that. For most of you, that's what I see. And that is amazing. Now, we've got the Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. We don't have a king here. So therefore, this is telling me that if you are dealing with a female, feminine energy, which is on the cusp with Virgo, Leo, what this is telling me is that you are not so certain and not so ready. You're not on the throne. You're not the king. You're thinking about making this big step, I should say. It is a big step because he's coming straight out of the Hierophant, which is the priest. And therefore, I do believe that emotionally you're practically ready to take that next step. But I feel as though for those of you that are dealing with 2 different people, then you've got a choice. You're looking at the situation. You're making a choice. For others of you, I do believe that the Queen of Pentacles could be the same person as the Queen of Wands. And therefore, because they are queens, they're more about, they're ready emotionally. They're steady. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, as I said, could be a mother. The Queen of Wands is a business owner. She knows what she wants. And therefore, we've got a feminine here, which is very steady, but also someone very dependable, but someone also wanting and going for what they desire, what they really want to manifest. So it's going to be different for each of you. Now I'm going to take some Sibillas, and I will be looking at both the queens with a different card, because for others of you, you could be making a choice between two. Now again, doesn't matter that it's not the Empress. The Queen of Pentacles could be a motherly figure, could be your mother, let's say. The Queen of Wands, for others of you, could be a sister, a sibling. We do have Mercury here, which speaks of siblings. Now, another message that I got, as I was saying, we've got the Nine of Cups here, which can mean over drinking. We've also got the card of codependency. We've also got the card of healing and the Four of Swords, which is someone which could be in rehab. Someone is going through healing. So for those of you that are dealing with a matter like this, it does say that codependency can be really, it's a vicious cycle that it's hard to get out of. But it says that forgiving and learning, whatever the reason was behind this addiction, let's say, because it does say addictions are affecting your romantic life. Whatever the addiction is that you've been coping with or trying to cope with, now this may be someone that you're dealing with, then forgiving and learning, and you've got the support, okay, of the divine. You've got the support of spirit here. So I do see someone that is coming out of a codependent situation like that. So they are cleansing, they're being cleansed. Let's take some Sibillas. What I'd like to look at is the Karma Dharma position. I think a card turned over, and here it is. And we've got the Five of Cups, which can be someone that, Five of Cups is looking at a glass half empty rather than half full. We do have here two masculine and a feminine. For those of you that are dealing with a love triangle, we do have the Four of Swords there, which does show the Three of Swords. We've got the Three of Pentacles. We've also got the Justice card. So yes, we could be talking about the past, some sort of a past situation. It does say that you've got the Two of Cups with that five. Okay, and fives again bring change. Now this is also Allegrezza, it's called Allegrezza al Cuore, which is merriment and happiness. So after the eclipse, something is being eclipsed out of your life, and there is a lot of happiness. And some of you may be even going out and having fun. That's what these people are having, and they're sitting right on top of the card of Leo, the sun. We've got Leggerezza, which is the end of the burden. This is lightness of being. It's the Ten of Wands, and the transformation has happened here with that caterpillar having turned into the butterfly, having gone through that process. This is lightness of being. This is also, it's got a sexual connotation to it as well. So it's all about transformation and change. The burden being lifted off your shoulders. Let's take another card. And we have Speranza, which is the card of hope. Yes, it can be the card of fear. Mainly it's the card of hope. Okay, and it's the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups I always see as someone having grown spiritually, emotionally, and they are looking for a new partnership, a new connection, a new contract, a new friendship, whatever that is, those Two of Cups that they're looking for. Speranza, which is a card, again, of hope. And we never lose hope. If we lose hope, we might as well just roll over and die. So this card also opened up, and it's the Six of Swords, which is also up here. And many times it does remind me of the Three of Wands. So it's the next step after the Two of Wands. This is waiting for those ships to come through. You've done the work, you're waiting on the return. But also someone is also waiting for someone to travel over water. This could mean that someone is waiting for a meeting to take place. So let's look at I want to look at the divine position. What's this? 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 9 of Cups. You are at the 9s here. We have the Nemika, which is the female enemy. Now, this could be an energy and not a female. Nevertheless, the mask is coming off. You are being enlightened. This is the 12, which is the Hanging Man. The Hanging Man is spiritually enlightened. After sacrifice, you are being shown the way. You're learning the truth. We have Ace of Wands, which is the Immanuel. There is a contract, a commitment here. This is a spiritual connection. This is a very strong bond, and there is an offer on the table here. I'm going to take one more card. For those of you that have been worried that there may be a third person in a situation, the third person could be on their way out. They're in the past. So if you've been fearing that your partner may be doing the dirty on you, I don't see that. I see someone closing the door on the past, leaving that there, and moving on to something new, a new connection. Again, Ace of Wands it's something brand new. It's the light, the indication of the blessing coming through. Ace of Wands can also be very, something that you desire very much so. And we've also got the Domestico. And the Domestico is the collaborator. He is this could be the third person. 11 is very karmic. This butler, let's say, is someone that is supposedly on your side, but he does work for his own advantage. So there is issues where trust is concerned here. Logically, he is a helping hand, but I do feel that with the being an 11 again is very karmic. Let's take another card. And we've got Amore. And Amore is Cupid. This is love. This is like the 4 of Cups, where the offer is on the table. Will it be accepted? Will there be enough trust for this cup to be accepted? Will there be forgiveness if there was lack of trust? Okay, because trust is a very important ingredient where connections, important relationships are concerned. So what I'd like to do is I want to take on the outcome. So we've got the Justice card and the Star. So we've got Libra and Aquarius, both air, which do speak of communication. Also, it's the logic, it's the brain, right? It's communication, it's speaking the truth. Just like with the Star being social media. Now, Aquarius is also the house of wishes and dreams, but it's also the house of groups and associations, as well as being the house of earned income through career. Let's take another card. We've got Fortuna, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Now, this is Jupiter. Jupiter bringing in change and luck. We have Belvedere, which is the 3 of Cups. Someone is waiting for someone to come in. They could be sailing in, they could be flying in. They're expecting something to come in. And we've got the La Matrice, which is like the Queen of Wands. And again, she's had her share of sacrifices. We've got the 12 here, which is the Hanging Man. I do believe that this Queen of Wands, which is here, she's sitting right next to the Moon card, which can be Piscean. Pisces is showed in the tarot with the Hanging Man. So therefore, she may have strong Pisces. Now, Pisces is the house opposite Virgo, and Virgo has been mentioned. Pisces, again, can be unconditional love as well. So, again, the female that is driven by her passion, her desire. Could there be someone waiting on this Queen of Wands, dear Cancer, could you be waiting on this Queen of Wands to come in? Could you be waiting because, again, the Wheel of Fortune is Sag? Could you be dealing with a foreign person coming from a distance? Very interesting. Let's take my handwritten cards. And let's take one card, firstly, on the Queen of Pentacles. Let's see what she's dealing with. Let's see, I should say, not what she's dealing with, what she's thinking. What's her message? Now, these messages will not be for everyone. They will not suit everyone. So let me know, please, in the comments if it's your story. This Queen of Pentacles wants to say, and it's another 9, I have so much on my plate. I don't know if I can offer you anything. I have been through a lot. And it's the 9 of Wands, which means that she's got a lot on her plate. Could be many obligations. As I said, she is the mother. She's sitting right on that 5 of Swords. Could even be business. Let's take a card on the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. We have, I had been dreaming about you before I met you, and this is the 6 of Cups, which is obviously the soulmate card. This could also speak of children as well. So 6 of Cups is a number of balance. It's a card of innocence, someone who's very open and trusting. So if you are the one that has been doubting this connection and untrusting, then that could be what needs to change. Let's take the Knight of Cups, and I believe that this is your energy for most of you. Let's see. Knight of Cups. We have, I want to marry you. I want to share my life with you. And this is the 10 of Pentacles. Now, some of you may have strong Taurus in your chart. He is sitting right on the Taurus card. 10 of Pentacles is Earth. It is the family card. This person, that's probably why he's got cold feet sometimes and he's back and forth. He's hoping to make a decision with this 4 of Swords, obviously here. What I'd like to do is take one more card on this Queen of Pentacles. She does say that she has a lot on her plate. What else does she feel? She's been through a lot. She doesn't know if she can offer you anything. Let's see what she feels. And she has the physical distance between us is so great. I need to decide if I can do this. Time will tell. And she's got the 2 of Wands. And she spoke of physical distance. So I did speak of someone waiting to travel over water. Now, it's a 9 of Wands and 2 of Wands. That's the 11 of Wands. Here we've got the 11 of Wands as well with the butler. Now this is, as I said, this could be the 3rd person. Is that what this Queen of Pentacles has been through? For each and every one of you, of course, it will work out differently. Let's take an angel answer, dear Cancer, and see what Spirit is wanting to tell you. Please ask your question. Stop the video if you need to and meditate on the question. See if Spirit won't answer it for you. Depending on what comes out, I may need another card. For Cancer, please, Spirit, around the 1st to the 15th of January. Please remember, people, that sometimes the readings can move into, down the track a little bit further down for each and every one of you. For others of you, this could be something that you've already been through. Okay, are we ready, dear Cancer? I've got your card, and we have you're ready. You're ready. I will read from the book because you're ready doesn't say very much. Let's see what the book says. Now, of course, you can flip the answer to this Could it mean that they're ready? All your past experiences have led to this moment. You've studied and grown spiritually in many ways. There is nothing more to do. You're ready to move forward and to embrace the person you know in your heart you are meant to be. So, with the help probably of the planetary movements, obviously with this eclipse, ready or not, the energies are playing out. What are we going to do with those energies is the question. Anyway, dear Cancer, I will leave it at that. Thank you so much for being here, for taking the time out, for your love that you show to me all the time. I'm sending you many blessings. I will be back in the next few days. Hold on tight. As soon as I catch up with what I'm trying to complete, I am thinking of doing more readings more often. Could be a daily reading. We shall see. Anyway, looking forward to that. Again, thank you so much. Love and light to all of you. And again, Happy New Year. All the best. Good luck.